What's going on, everyone? So, talked about the Lakers running two big lineups and kind of going the bigger route, with Ayton and Kleba. I even talked about how Kleba, I think, is probably the biggest key for you playing kind of those two big lineups. Jackson Hayes, right? Like, what does Jackson Hayes look like sawed alongside DeAndre Ayton? What does he look like sawed alongside Maxi Kleba? Jackson Hayes has been working on his three-point shot, right? If he actually does have the ability, not to be, I'm not expecting him to be 45% from three-point range or anything like that. But if he could, what if he's like 34, 35%? I mean, Maxi Kleba is a career 35% three-point shooter, right? But if he can now have that ability, you can do different looks. You can try different things. DeAndre Ayton has had some years where he's been able to stretch the floor and knock down the three ball, right? Like, give him a couple looks. Let's see. I don't want any of these guys taking like insane volume, right? Like, they're not good enough to warrant insane volume, but could you maybe get a couple, shots and looks each game and just kind of gauge, especially early on, kind of experiment a little. But talked about the big lineups. Want to talk about the small ball lineups, right? Because Lakers are going to play small ball. JJ likes the small ball lineups, and I don't mind the small ball because, like, Lakers small ball is big. Like, that's something that, like, I try to get across. Like, Lakers are a big team. Even last year, they were a big team. The problem is we were small at the center position. We didn't have the center spots. But now that we have the center spot locked up, you got to think of this team, right? Outside of like Bronny James and Austin Reeves, like everyone else is like 6'8". You got like Luka 6'7". I mean, I guess Gabe Vincent too, but you got like Luka 6'7". Marcus Smart's like 6'3", 6'4". Right? So you got like 3 or 4 guys on this team, but everyone else, right? LeBron James, Jake LaRavia, Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, Maxi Kleba, DeAndre Ayton, Jared Vanderbilt, Adu Theoro, right? Like, you go down the list of all these guys, all these teams, it's like, we have so many different configurations that we can deploy and go out there. I mean, you can go a big switchable defensive lineup with like LeBron and Adu Theoro and Marcus Smart and Jared Vanderbilt and Jake LaRavia, right? And LaRavia was a B+ rated defender. Like, so, and with Jared Vanderbilt's ability to slot in pretty much anywhere, right? You could do something where like Marcus Smart is your point guard because you always have LeBron out there who can be the true point guard. But you could have like Marcus Smart out there with Jared Vanderbilt at the 2, slot in, Jake LaRavia at the 4, maybe go or Adu Theoro at either wing spot, right? And then LeBron kind of play that center, that point center spot, and just be switchable, be able to defend and switch 1 through 5. You can go with an offensive version, right? You could go with like Luka, Rui, Jake LaRavia, LeBron James, right? Like, and have these kind of just the floor spacing and the shooting and the ability to do all that. Maybe even throw in a Dalton Connect in there because he's like 6'7", right? So maybe you could do something like, a Luka with a Dalton Connect, Jake LaRavia, Rui Hachimura at the 4, and then a LeBron James at the 5. And now you got 5 wide that can all shoot, that can all spread the floor. Like, you can throw different looks and check things, especially early on, right? Early in the season, first 20 games or so, you want to kind of, obviously you want to win as many games as possible, especially in the just loaded Western Conference, but you can run different units, start to gain some data and some information on these different rotations and these different lineups and stuff, and just kind of gauge and see, okay, how does this look? Like, what if, what if like a Luka, Connect, LaRavia, LeBron, and Rui lineup is just like, they're like a +20 because it's just a bunch of 6'8" guys that are all just able to shoot and knock down threes and just spread teams out and do all that. And we're just like, wow, that lineup is ridiculous, right? Like, again, it's good to have that data for, throughout the course of the regular season and then also come playoff time, right? Where you might do that. Or what if you play a Warriors team in the playoff? It'd be good to know kind of how, hey, if we do go small on any given night and match up with the Warriors, what's our best configuration? What's our best lineups? What's our best rotation in that regard, right? So the Lakers having the ability to be chameleon-like, as I like to put it, where it's like, you can go 2 big lineups. You can match up and do that if you're playing, say, a Memphis or a Minnesota or something like that. But also, if you're playing a Warriors team or an OKC team where they've really struggled with kind of those smaller lineups from us, because, again, we're big, right? You look at OKC's small ball, they're running like Jalen Williams, who's like 6'6", 6'7", at the 5, and then a bunch of like 6'3" to 6'5" guards, right? Well, those guys can't match up against a lineup of 6'8" players. It's why Luka's torched them so much, because all of their guards are like 6'3" to 6'4" defending them. Luka can shoot over top of them. He can see over the defense, right? He can do those things to where he can punish them. So now if you have a Rui out there and a Jake LaRavia and all these guys who are all 6'8", right? Like, you're not going to be able to bother them. They're going to be able to, even if you go to closeout, they're going to be able to just shoot over you, right? So you have these small ball lineups that are still very big and very versatile. And, I'm okay with playing small ball. It's not something that I want the Lakers to do, 30 minutes a night or anything like that. But, like, you figure Ayton plays 30 minutes a night. Jackson Hayes gets another, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, and then you're playing like 8 minutes here and there on the small ball or a particular matchup or a particular lineup, whatever, right? Like, there's going to be moments where, like, hey, small ball really makes sense. And I've said this for years. Every team runs small ball lineups, right? Like, every team runs 4 guard lineups. I mean, Indiana was doing it all playoffs. Again, OKC was having like Alex Caruso defend Jokic for like stints, right? Like, so again, teams like to do that, but I've talked about, like, in previous years, right? Like the year we had like Russell Westbrook, Patrick Beverley, Kendrick Nunn, right? Like, you have these guys, it's like there's a big difference between a bunch of 6'1" guards, right? You're running 4 guard lineups and everyone's 6'1", right? It's or Dennis Schroeder was another one, right? We saw lineups where it was like Dennis Schroeder, Russell Westbrook, Kendrick Nunn, and Patrick Beverley. It's like, yes, that doesn't make any sense because everyone's like everyone's 6 foot, right? They're all my height, right? So, it's a big difference when you have all your small ball and your 4 guard lineups and stuff like that. Everyone's like 6, like your smallest is like Marcus Smart, who's 6'3", but he has like a 6'9" wingspan, right? So it's like you got Luka Doncic, who's 6'7", Austin Reeves is 6'5", Marcus Smart is he's 6'3", 6'4", but he's got that 6'9" wingspan, right? You got, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James. Right? There's different versions or iterations of small ball. And Lakers have, like, I guess, mid ball, right? Like, a lot of people were, last year when we were talking about small ball, that was kind of the thing in, like, the live stream stuff like that, the mid ball, right? And that's kind of what it is, right? It's not really the small ball in the traditional sense. And again, you're going to run multi-guard lineups, and that's fine. But Lakers have the size to do that to where it makes sense. I'm all for small ball lineups because there are some advantages to it, right? And especially in against some of these teams, it helps and is beneficial. And even Minnesota will go with like Naz Reid at the 5, and then have like kind of 4 guards out there, and But again, it's like Lakers have to be able to match up to that, right? They didn't go small as much against the Lakers because it was like, Lakers have no way to slow down Rudy Gobert. So it's like, why? Like, when Rudy Gobert's putting up Shaq numbers, right? Like, you're not taking it, you're leaving him in that game the entire game. And he just, he abused us, right? Well, now you add in, that you have DeAndre Ayton, and now you can match up and you can do those things, and you should hopefully have a full season of a healthy Maxi Kleber and whatnot. So now you can match up big, but when those teams do go small, you can also match up small. So when those teams are trying to stretch you out and, pause and end up, having the 5 wide and stuff, you can now get out there and have the guys and have the rotation and switch that 1 through 5, like, JJ Redick likes to do with the defense scheme and stuff. Just gives you more flexibility from a, small ball perspective. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.